Folks, I want to make a quick intro for this video, well, as quick as I can anyway, because I think the history of this jig head that you're going to see in this video is kind of funny. Those of you who follow my channel for a while know the history of this Daiwa jig head here. This is absolutely epic jig head. It was discontinued a few years ago. I don't know when it was released on the market, maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. That was before I started ultralight fishing. But even today, several years after it was discontinued, it's hard to beat this jig head. One of my all-time favorite jig heads, if not the all-time favorite jig head. It's not good for everything, but it's pretty good for most things. I have only 5 or 6 packs of these left. I think I have 1 or 2 left in the bag that always sits in the boat, and I try not to use these anymore, so I just want to keep them. I don't know for what, for memorabilia, but I don't use these anymore. All these jig heads, trout magnets in the box over there, they're made with other jig heads, except a couple of them, but I don't use the ones that I know are using this jig head. I do have, however, a whole bunch of these. This is the exact same jig head, but has some obnoxious, very bright red color. I mean, I have like 10 packs here, but I have at least 1 box that is unopened. Maybe 2 boxes that are just completely unopened. They come in boxes of 10. This is the jig head up close. It has very bright orange color, and the white color on the bottom is actually glow in the dark. But even if it didn't glow in the dark, this thing is so bright that these colors don't exist in fresh water. These kind of colors only exist in salt water, in some venomous animals. You know, these venomous animals, the other animals don't want to eat them because they know that they are venomous, but sometimes they eat them by mistake. And that's why the animals who have venom very often will have toxic colors, so the other animals recognize them and don't eat them by mistake. So some very bright colors, you have probably seen me in other videos call them toxic. This is why I call them toxic. This is obviously a toxic color, and it just doesn't match with any of my favorite trout magnet colors. Look, can I put this here? Can I put it here? It doesn't match. All of my favorite colors of trout magnet are kind of natural. They're very natural looking. You cannot put this toxic color on this beautiful natural color. Even here, this one is red. You still cannot put it because the normal red just feels more natural. This is openly toxic. See, it doesn't match with anything. Until one day, Randy, the trout magnet man, I will put a link to his channel in the description, man. Check him out if you're into JDM tackle. Randy, the trout magnet, sent Victor, I want to send you a free pack of these guys here. The trout magnet released a new color. And let me tell you right away, this is without a doubt the worst color I have ever used, and the worst color you can buy from the whole Leland Lures website. I'm sure Randy had a good laugh when he sent me this. I never see Randy use this color. I'm just joking, Randy, giving you a hard time. But this is what this color looks like up close. Let me try to focus here. But one day I had boxes of this stuff that I kind of like. I don't want to throw. It has some value for me, like these jig heads. I don't even want to sell them. I know they're very valuable, but it's just waiting for the right day, for the right application. And one day I saw two of these, and just in my mind, I immediately thought that they would actually look very good together. So this is how the Toxicity jig head was born. This guy here, I call him the Toxicity jig head. Let me try to give you a good look here. You can see it even has a clip on top. Now, all of a sudden, even though the jig head is toxic and this trout magnet body color is toxic, and they don't match with anything else, but they match with each other. Now, the whole thing is super toxic. I did a couple of these just because they look so cool, but I hadn't fished them until this video. So you will see my voice just genuinely surprised by the way fish reacted to this. All right, super long intro, but I hope you enjoy the video. There we go. This one is coming from the deep, but it's not big. I thought if you catch one in the deep, should be deep, should be big. Okay, he's not small though. That's a good BG. Uh-oh, we broke off. Uh-oh. Let's go get the pliers. There we go. Let's put him here. We'll retie later. Let's tie on another color. I don't have much left. I don't know what to tie. Let's get one of this toxic color. Look at this toxic color. Everything is bright. Why not? Let's have fun with this toxic color. Let's see how much they hate it. Because this doesn't look like anything, they just hate it. This guy hates it. Toxic color, at least easy to see. They're not hungry anyway. Look how much he hates it. He's like, come in my mouth. Man, these hooks have no barb. And yet if they go through the nostril, it's just about impossible to pull it out. That's a good size. Let's keep going with the toxic. Let's cast one right over here. Kind of close. To get these fish first, before we cast far. Nibble. Niblionis. There we go. This one hates the toxic color too. Gotta make a video of how to make the toxic color jig head. I think the toxic color is amazing for spawning, for bedding bluegill, also for white bass and for yellow bass. There we go. Found somebody else who can't stand the toxic color. Come here. Look at him. He's like, I can't stand that thing. Let me put it in my mouth. This thing is a female. That's the first female out of the last 100 fish. I'm gonna reel without twitching. You can see. I'm just gonna reel. You can see the nibbles. Can you? No twitching at all. They just don't like the toxic color, folks. He's like, I cannot stand this around my bed. It just bothers. What an eyesore, this toxic color. Let's cast over here. Okay, again. No twitching. You saw it. No twitching, just reeling. Yeah, you saw it again. Saw it again. Sometimes I stop though. I didn't twitch, but I stopped. Just did is like, get this thing out of my mouth. Yuck. This is the worst tasting bug I've ever seen. Oh, that was a good There we go, right under the boat. He's like, I cannot stand this for another second. Is this, what is this? Yeah, it's a bluegill. Looked too spotty. Looked kind of spotty. Somebody will tell me now, this is northeastern, southwestern bluegill with... Let's lob it a little farther, eh? That's a good cast, man. I cannot believe I'm gonna bring it all the way from there. Let's, so you can see, Oh, he running now. He running now. Good size. Good size. Here we go. They hate the toxic color, folks. They hate it. They're not even hungry. Let's cast back there in the deep. I like this. Let me show you now. Look at the tip. We're gonna start retrieving now. Bite, bite, bite. There we go. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Is this bigger? Oh no, he got stuck on something. Gotta be careful, there is some weeds or something there. And now my line wrapped around it. So, look at this dude eating the toxic bug. I don't know if this is leaf or fish or... Yeah, that was a fish the whole time. The whole time. He was kind of swimming my way. Had a little weight. This guy is black. You have the black colored males and you have the orange colored males. But they're both males. Oh! Punctured me again. Toxicity, folks. Orange with green. Nibble. 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 Ah, we lost him right here. We got him again. He came back. He couldn't stand this toxic bagulicious. He couldn't stand it, folks. Yeah. You know what else? This toxic guy has gotta start fishing it more. He's easy. He's good for camera. You guys can see it. Let's go over there. Alright. Wait until it drops and start again retrieving. Not much, see? Not much twitching. Zero twitching. He come in here. He's not very big. He just hated the toxic schmoxic. How does it feel now, huh? How does it feel now? Oh, he dropped the second time. He's gonna be real dizzy now. There we go, we got him right here. Right here. I knew he followed it, so I just dropped it. I knew he followed it, so I just dropped it. He hates this toxic color, folks. They can see it and they hate it. Oh, right through the nostril again. Dang it, it's so hard to remove it from the nostril. Alright. You're right here again. I told you he's right here. When they chase it and you drop it back, they're gonna get it. They just cannot stand this, folks. Be honest with you, I can barely stand it. And I made it. And look how toxic this is. This is the absolute opposite of natural. Come on. Toxicity. Boom. Oh, that's the perfect spot. If I twitch a little bit, see, I knew it. If I twitch a little bit, I'm gonna get hung right away. Not hung, but connected. This one pulling, but I don't feel weight, I feel pulling. Oh, he's decent. He's decent, yeah.
Look, the toxic jig is half in, half out. Come on, come on. Zhloop. Boom. He's like, I knew this was not a real thing, but I just couldn't help it. It was so ugly. I had to get it out of my face. Yeah, look at this bites. Oh, that's a good one. I saw him. Alright folks, I think the toxic did a good job, but let's switch to float a little bit. I don't know, for fun. And man, if it goes through the nostril, my gosh. What is this now? No, he's still good. He's still good.